This program are those of the producers and individuals appearing on this program and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Sun Prairie Media Center staff, its video service providers, or the staff and elected officials of the City of Sun Prairie.
You are now watching the Alan and DJ Show.
Yo, 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 yo! Milwaukee, Sun Prairie, and all the surrounding areas. Y'all know what time this is. Time for the Alan and DJ TV show, man. And I'm Alan.
And this is your boy DJ.
What's going on, Seven?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
Man, I'm cool, man. You know, I guess I came home last night and, you know, I was a little under the influence and Bambi the deer kind of like roughed me up a little bit, man. And, you know, like I got a bruise on my shoulders, man. And I was like, why you always do this to me? Why you gonna take your rattlers and run it to me? You know what? Sometimes it's starting to think that this is abuse because I ain't got to keep taking that. You know what? It give me an idea, DJ.
Okay.
We need to talk about that because there's some people out here that's really going through this for real.
Yeah.
And like, lay all jokes aside, this is a serious topic that we want to cover today. And we want to talk about abuse in general. But it's all different types of abuse that we want to cover today, from physical abuse to domestic violent abuse to sexual abuse to psychological and emotional abuse, financial abuse, organizational abuse, and self-neglect abuse. So without further ado, we're going to give it to you like the Alan and DJ show know how to do. Let's start with bullet point number 1, DJ. Let's talk about physical abuse. Like, why is this serious?
Because it's basically the most common type of abuse that a lot of people not only witness, but also it's the most called upon. Meaning like people, when they call in for support or to help, that's what basically it all boils down to.
That's serious, man.
Yeah.
You know, anytime like, you know, you see a friend going through something like this, or it could be a male too, but a male might get laughed upon because he might be bigger.
Yeah.
And, you know, I done seen this, even though I thought it was a joke at times, but then you start seeing how serious it is, you know. It's like, please stop now. I'm like, man, you're 6'8". This woman 5'5". But, but abuse is abuse, though. And maybe he really is scared of her. So, anytime you see, like, somebody, like, assaulting you, well, you know, like, whether if they're saying bad words to you, and let's say, like, they start play hitting you. You know, y'all in a relationship, and they start to play hit you, and, you know, like, they faking like they slapping you and kicking you. Then eventually, if you don't check it in, how, like, my mom used to say, if you give a person an inch, then they're going to take a yard. Then, like, it start turning serious. Then, you know, like, you start seeing, like, their true colors coming out, whether they, like, rough handling you. Yep. Like, just listen to what I'm saying for a minute. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what got into me. No. Run out that door. You need to get out of that situation ASAP.
Absolutely. And like here are some of the signs of actual physical abuse. Like, when you see these signs, like, pay attention to these signs, because they're going to become like evident and they're going to become well known once you see them. Basically, one of the signs is injury or trauma.
Yep.
Restraint, meaning like if somebody like holds you, like somebody can basically hold you down and force you to do acts or whatever they need to do to you, or any type of physical punishment. So like if you do something wrong or you don't cook something the right way, they might give you a physical punishment by hitting you.
Exactly.
Or like Al said, rough handling, which meaning like pulling on you, or even like when you walk away from them, they might even grab you or something like that.
Yeah.
Or controlling somebody's surroundings, meaning like you're controlling not only like who they be around, but where they go.
Where they go, like the items that they wear.
Yep.
Or like you see somebody like kicking, hair pulling, biting, punching, slapping, like all those are like signs of abuse. Or like even if someone that's like opening a window and removing like all the blankets, you know what I'm saying, just to try to make you suffer. Or, you know, like they they isolate you and they force feeding you to eat food, you know, like without your consent, or you might not like. No, oh yeah, you gonna eat what I cooked today? Eat! Yeah, you like, you know what I'm saying? Like you like, dude, like that's abuse, man.
Yep.
And that's physical abuse, cause then, let's say if you like, babe, like I got your plate, and she looking scared as it is, poor thing, and he's like, I told you I don't like salt. Bow, just throw the plate against the window. Get in there, fix me a plate. That's abuse. I'm sorry, I'm overdoing this, but like I just gotta give you, like, you know, them are signs of abuse, man. And you know, like when y'all see that, man, get out of that. You know what I'm saying? Because like that's serious. But I'm gonna talk about bullet point number 2, domestic violent abuse.
Oh, this was a good one, man.
But like, why is this a good one, DJ? Because now this one is going to like another level.
Oh yeah, basically like this could be sorted as basically physical abuse, but on a deeper level, because now you're starting to utilize actual like traits as far as like control, emotional manipulation, and stuff like that. And when it comes down to that, like basically it's basically like physical abuse times 10.
Yeah.
Basically like physical abuse, I mean heightened by basically 10 times. And what it does is when that person like takes control over you or wants control, they're going to resort to some type of physical violence. Or if they want something their way, they're going to use some type of emotional manipulation to get what they want.
And now this is serious, man.
Yep.
You know, like this is serious on all levels, because domestic violent abuse can be characterized by indicators of abuse that's outlines to stuff like, you know, like rather now like knives get involved, or you know, like now like you see people cutting each other, or you know what I'm saying, like it could get very violent if it comes to firearms, you know, like that's something serious, or just weapons in general. Like you can take anything and make it a weapon. Now like it's getting to that point where it can be like life threatening. Like
Absolutely.
You got to do something about this. This is serious, you know what I'm saying? Or like if you know anybody going through something like this, like, you know, like try to get them the proper help that they can get, because that's going to a whole nother level, and that is like, that's serious.
Yep. And like also the signs of like we have other signs of like domestic violent abuse as well. And it doesn't always have to be physical. Like it can come down to like verbal abuse, which we're going to talk about later on. Sexual abuse, which we're also going to talk about later on. Then it turns into like financial abuse and parental alienation, which meaning like basically what that means is the parent use some type of comment and they'll tell their kids that particular comment to make the kid turn against the parents.
And also too, it could lead into emotional abuse.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, anytime like a person tearing you down emotionally, like once they say, you know, once you got the mind, like the body gonna follow. Everything just start falling apart. So please, if you know anybody going through something like this, like, you know, really try to, you know, get them the proper help that they can use. But this is another deep one, and a lot of people have maybe even experienced this, and I'm sorry that y'all ever had to go through something like this, is sexual abuse.
Oh yeah.
So DJ, let's really dive deep in on this one for a minute, because
Okay.
this is like something that is like
Oh yeah.
abnormal, man.
Because like this is like when you talk about this, like a lot of times like it's touchy, because like how the situation is, like it's really like your word against your partner's word.
Yeah.
So whether you forced it or you didn't force it, when it comes down to like the court system and stuff like that, like it's hard to variate between the two. But when sexual abuse is very dangerous, because like any type of unwanted activity or anytime you're withholding sex or being forced to do any like sexual activities, basically is it in that particular form, like basically it it just sucks because like if that partner unwillingly don't want what they don't want, then and you still force it on it, then technically that's what it is. But a lot of times, like, it's hard to fight against that because the situation, because of the situation, because sometimes that person say that, but then in the moment they could have been saying something else. Basically, what I'm trying to say.
No, facts, man. It's such a touchy, deep subject, but a lot of people need to hear it. Who am I or any man to force anyone against their will? And you got some women that do it too. So, two wrongs don't make a right. But when you see these type of sexual acts or abuse, please call a hotline and, try to, get some help. When you see somebody who's doing things without non-consent, or you see the attempt of like attempted sexual, like inappropriate touching, like that's sexual abuse. When you say, hey, please stop doing that, but they keep doing it anyway. Or, someone inappropriately looking at you or sexually teasing you, or even sexual, like photographs without your consent. Those are all signs of like sexual abuse. And, that's something that you gotta, hey, like, if you see it going on, whether if it's in the workplace or whether if it's at home, do something about it, because otherwise it can go to another level, and that's not something that you want.
And also with sexual abuse, like the crazy thing with this is that if a woman comes forward with this, they pretty much people is going to be open ears and they're going to listen. Exactly. And they're going to give them help. But let's say if a man does this, then it's kind of weird for a man to confess. First of all, confess to that. You'd be like, you've been sexually abused. What are you talking about?
Right.
Like,
Big Butt says,
yeah, like could you imagine like me coming up to you and saying like, hey, bro, I was just sexually abused. And you'll look at me crazy, like, for real, bro?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I might laugh at you at first, but if you really got this like sincere look on your face, that's when a friend have to be like, okay, whoa,
yeah,
maybe this dude is serious. So let me hear what he got to say. So I mean, if you see signs like that, please, I advocate you guys, please get out of it, because all you're doing is doing more harm to yourself than mentally. And when so many things happen, some people mentally can never come back from it. That's why they have to get therapy. And you have to do what you have to do to get the help that you need. Yeah. Because sometimes your own family don't want to listen to you, or your friends might not believe you, and you have to go through a whole channel to try to prove something. But let's talk about the next bullet point, psychological and emotional abuse. Okay. Now, this is a deep one, DJ, because a lot of people use these manipulation tactics to try to control someone. Absolutely. So let's break that down for the viewers out there.
All right. Basically, like, when it comes down to psychological and emotional abuse, like, the signs are basically, like, a lot of times people try to use intimidation. Mm-hmm. They try to use gaslighting. It could resort to harassment, some type of control that they want. Also manipulation. Sometimes even isolation, meaning like they isolate you mentally, so you don't basically tell somebody from the outside. Yeah. What's going on. Sometimes they ridicule you. Yep. by basically belittling you even further than what you already are. Or sometimes they make threats to you. Sometimes they withhold affection. Yep. And even sometimes they'll verbally assault you by basically name calling.
Yeah, like, it's true. Like, a lot of people get broken down like this, like, you'd be surprised. Like, words are powerful, man. And when somebody like, they enforce social isolation from you, so you can't see nobody. Mm-hmm. Even social opportunities of like seeing friends. Like, you're not going nowhere. I do not want you hanging with her. I'm your friend. Nobody loves you anyway. You lucky I do. That's abuse. Yep. That's emotional abuse. Also, unneeded when they need assistance or maybe like preventing someone from their religion or culture. Like, this is your culture now. This is what you're gonna start believing in. You know, and it can get deep. Failure to respect your privacy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're on social media, oh, who is that? Let me look at it. Give me that phone. Let me see it. You know, like, you like, dude, really, dirty? Like, I seen that with one of the homies. I'm like, bro, calm down, man. She just don't. Nah, she didn't let me see that phone. I'm like, dude, like, that's not cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or like, preventing stimulation, meaningful opportunities, activities. They threaten you by bullying you, swearing at you, humiliating you, or like DJ said, verbally abusing you, or making threats or harms to you. You know, like, all those signs are like psychological and emotional abuse, because if they go like, go outside and see what I do to you.
Yep.
That's psychological. Psychologically, you gonna think he gonna hit me.
Yep.
Or a girl, I can't go. I got her to get off this phone before he come.
Yep.
Do I need to rest my case?
Yep. Like, also with emotional and psychological abuse, like what also happens is, like, it gets to the point to where, like, they've been, like, somebody does it for so long that it mentally burdens you, and it mentally weakens you to the point to where you don't develop mentally.
Yep.
Meaning that if you wanted to grow as a person, you won't be able to grow as a person and advance yourself in life, because you'll be held down by those mental setbacks.
Because, like, also, you know, like, people know your potential.
Yep.
And, you know, like, this man might know your potential, or this woman might know your potential. And, you know, they're afraid that, you know, you if you get around the right person, so especially if a woman talking to another guy, that's when, like, Lord forbid, he's slapping the mess out of her. And, you know, now that's, matter of fact, and I think we did a show on that, like, signs of jealousy in a relationship. It's all tied into that. You know, anytime you're dealing with a partner that's, like, trying to compete with you, trying to outdo you, or whatever the case may be, please get out of that situation, because anytime, like, they swearing at you or just verbally assaulting you to just tear your character down, and you just feel like you're nothing, hey, I'll tell you this right now, like, it's not gonna work too much longer. You know what I'm saying? Either it's gonna get to the point where if you don't get any help, this could very end very tragically.
Absolutely.
And let's talk about the next bullet point, financial abuse. Now, this is a good one, because a lot of people need to hear this, DJ, but why do people need to really key in when it comes to, like, financial abuse?
Basically, like, let me give people a definition, because, like, I think there's a few people that didn't even know that this was actually a type of abuse.
Break it down, DJ. Break it down, DJ. Break it down for the people in the 11th row, Dirty.
Basically, like, the definition is, like, a form of domestic and family violence that involves controlling a victim's access to money or financial resources.
Wow. That's deep.
Yeah.
You know, like, anytime you're dealing with financial abuse, or, like, even material abuse, like, brother, like, if a thief stole your money or your possessions, or fraud or scammy, you know, like, anytime you may have shared bank accounts with somebody, and they prevented you from accessing their money, benefits, and assets that, like, maybe you guys might even, like, have in together, that's not good. That's financial abuse. Like, he the only one that can control everything. He got all the credit cards and debit cards on him. Checks got to get rolled through his name, so he see everything that comes in and come out. Arranging less care is, like, in need of, like, saving money, or maybe, like, maybe you might have some, like, family inheritance or something like that, and he takes control of that. Or benefits of, like, direct payments to, like, a family and home, and someone moving into a person's home, living rent-free without an agreement. And you like, dude, like, I'm struggling here. Like, you know, you've been living with me for 2 months and I didn't mind, but you're not giving me nothing on these bills. Like, what's going on here? Like, I'm studying getting myself into a financial rut. That's financial abuse.
Absolutely. And what this also does is, like, it prevents a person from leaving an abusive relationship, getting a job, or managing their finances, because you have that financial stronghold against you.
Yeah. Like, and that's serious because, like, you even got to watch out for people who be scamming and doing fraud stuff, you know?
Absolutely.
So it could be your own partner. I just got to keep your eyes open. Like, it could be someone false, like using representation. So this is what I mean by that. Like using like another person's bank account, bank cards or documents or even yours without your consent. And like now, like you starting to see your money, like, you know, like your money dwindling down. You like, dude, I had like $49,000 saved up. How over like the last 3 months we ran through 20,000. Like, what's going on here? And now, you know, you're talking to your financial advisor and, you know, now you're like, yo, like I need to see where this money coming in and coming out, and it's coming from your partner. And then you dare to ask them because he might slap you. So that's financial abuse.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
It is.
You know, DJ, like that's crazy because I know people who going through stuff like this.
Yeah.
And it's sad, bro. It's sad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, be slow to share bank accounts with somebody.
Yeah, can't even spend their own money, bro.
No, like, you know, I done seen, and I witnessed this. I had a female friend, had to be about maybe some odd years ago, kicking it or whatever, whatnot, and she couldn't even loan her own family money.
That's crazy.
And I'm like, what is going on here? You know, not knowing that her dude had a stranglehold on that account. He need to see any and everything going out of here. And I'm like, but dude, that's your mom. Like, you know, you know what I'm saying, Dirty? Like, you know, you can help your moms out.
That's that control, man.
Man, no, that's control to the max. And let's talk about organizational abuse. See, now this is gonna go over people's head because they know this one was coming. So break that down, DJ, what organizational abuse means when it comes to dealing with different types of abuse.
Basically, when it comes down to this abuse, like, it's weird saying this because, like, it happens all the time for like jobs and stuff like that. But it goes over a lot of people's head because a lot of people do it as like a joke. Like, basically, what the factors of like organizational abuse is basically inappropriate use of power. We witness that a lot, like where people use their power against you, or they utilize their power to try to like get their own way.
Exactly.
Or basically no flexibility on the schedule, meaning like when you want off, they don't let you have off.
But yet, like they seem to get all these weekends off.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's all about them.
Absolutely. Or I used to get this a lot, like at my other jobs, like basically like treating you like a child, like basically like telling you to go do something like you're a little kid. Man. And I'm like, I'm older than you. Like, what you telling me what to do like that?
Ooh-wee.
And I bet people witness that a lot at their jobs. But it goes over their head because it comes off as a joke.
Nah, for real. You know, I'm gonna give y'all a story. Man, this was like 2009. I was working at Pick and Save, and I want to thank Scott Fisher because he did make me the man that I am today. As far as like, you know, like that masculine energy, like that power and like that authority. But the other people around him was misusing their power and authority. And that's why ever since then, I'm like, I don't want no boss no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to put myself in position and put us all in position with the Alan and DJ show where we're becoming our own bosses, because I witnessed that organizational, institutional abuse. Mm-hmm. The people around him, like days that like he was off, like, you know, they think he was a pushover or they could talk to you any kind of way. And I seen the way he was treating other people. Then one day he just tried to like he must for some reason decide to try his luck. I'm like, Dirty, come on with it. I put in my 2-week notice, and next thing you know, like, they tried to dog me out. You know, they tried to make extra work for me, and he verbally tried to assault me, and I shot an apple at him, and I quit. And I walked off the job, and the store director tried to call me back, and I was like, dude, I'm good. Like, based on what I'm trying to say in a nutshell, and I want to tie this into Alan and DJ's final thought. Never let nobody physical abuse you. Never let nobody use domestic violence against you. Never let nobody sexually abuse you and psychologically and emotionally and financially abuse you. If you see these things coming, or even try to make you feel like to the point where you got to use self-neglect, like where you just like neglecting yourself at this point, get help.
Absolutely. My final thought is like basically with all these types of abuse, all these are real serious. Like some will go over people's heads, some is happening now without you even knowing that it's happening. But if you see any of these abuses or you see any of these signs that we talked about today, please seek help. Call a hotline, see a therapist, get a nice support group, do whatever it takes to get the help that you need. Like I said, we're not no experts at this, but we just wanted to inform people about abuse. Most
definitely. And that's the Alan and DJ show. If you're looking for us to talk about anything that you want us to cover, talk about, you can find us at the Alan and DJ show at gmail.com. You can find us on our fan page on Facebook at the Alan and DJ show, or you can find us on YouTube at the Alan and DJ show. And you can find William J. Smith on Instagram and Facebook. And you can find my personal page, Alan Hutchinson, on the Instagram and Facebook. And until next time, never let nobody abuse you. You be the abuser of your own life and you take control. Stay well, stay healthy.
Peace.